Mr. Blackburn? Yes, Mr. Blackburn, solid waste
Yes, thank you, Madam.
update.
We are in the last 2 weeks, maybe even a little less than 2 weeks, of our service under Waste Pro. Waste Pro continues to be our provider. We are seeing reduced service, and averaging probably 19 trucks a day going out. Unfortunately, that does not provide the service level our community needs or demands. So we have been filling that gap with supplemental services. Council is aware we have at least 6 trucks, as well as FCC is now running 5 trucks in the city, at which we are compensating them for. We're running those trucks to address our 1 PSLs where folks are indicating they are 7 days or longer without receiving service. On average, we are now servicing around 600 homes a day. That is helping us keep our head above water. This last Saturday, the city had approached the St. Lucie County landfill management about staying open all day Saturday, and we had FCC trucks and city trucks working Saturday. We did also Waste Pro working Saturday to dump loads at the landfill. So we really were able to greatly increase efficiency by having those additional hours at the landfill, and do thank Waste Pro for joining us in having their trucks operate later in the day. So traditionally, the landfill closes at noon, and so they stayed open until 5, which you can imagine that's doubling the time that you have to empty your trucks and get back to work. So that has worked out well. As we transition to the FCC service, we had 81,000 carts to deliver to homes. So far, we've delivered over 60% of those carts. We're now working west of the Turnpike, and many of you have already received your new cart. Residents can begin to use those carts immediately if they choose. If you need, because of the service incremental time being longer, if you need to use that cart, please feel free to. One thing that we anticipate as we look outward is September 5th of this year, which is 2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks away, Waste or FCC will start running their first routes. So that route will be for, and that day that you'll receive garbage service, recycling, and yard waste service. So all 3 on the same day, and as the week progresses, different routes will be run. But all the same, for every household, garbage, recycling, and yard waste will be on the same day. One of the things we'd like to encourage residents to do, if you've been using your recycling container for waste, as we get closer around the 1st of the month, start cleaning your recycling container out, putting recycling in it for your first pickup by FCC. I know at my home, around the 1st of September, I'm going to switch over. You don't have to do that, but that way we'll have recycling materials there when the route runs. So we're all looking forward to that. FCC has around 85 employees, either on board or that they've accepted positions, conditioned to drug tests and the usual things for new hires. They assure us that all of the trucks will be here by their start date. They have a number of rear loaders now, and we've seen evidence that they have their chassis done for all of their compactor trucks, and they are at various locations being outfitted with the compactors, and they'll all be here. I believe the date they said was by the August 31st, all in town and ready to go. So we continue to ask the FCC regional manager and all of our local folks, are you sure you're going to have your trucks? And they keep answering, yes, we're going to have our trucks. So we certainly are appreciative of the trucks that are already in the community and know that more are coming, all to be ready for that first day of service on the 5th. So we've said this before, and we'll say it again. If you can just be patient, just a little bit more time, certainly between Waste Pro, the city, and then supplemented as well with FCC. We're getting folks picked up, not as fast as we would like, but we are getting everybody picked up for garbage. And then we have been running Optimum and FCC for yard waste. And we started at Becker Road and they're running north. And we've covered a good portion of the city, but we're doing a whole route and a whole rotation through the city prior to FCC starting on the 5th. And the last thing is the open house. We have an open house on August 29th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the community center. Please drop by. We will have a side load compactor there you can see how one of the automated trucks will work. And at our last open house, we had a number of folks from city staff, folks from FCC to talk about their service, answer your questions. What can I put in the can? When do I put it out? When is my route based on my location? So all of that will be available, certainly available on our website now. But if you want somebody to just talk to about your route and how you adapt to some of the minor changes that are happening, come to the community center on the 29th.
Great. Thank you so much. And thank you to St. Lucie County for partnering with the city for keeping the landfill open this past Saturday. And they're going to do it the next 2 Saturdays, right,
Yeah,
to help
that's
with the
correct.
backlog. And so we know that during this transition period that it's not going to be perfect. So again, I know everyone's out of patience, but let us get through this transition. There's going to be a little bit of a backlog still out there that there's going to be some catch up on. And we're going to make sure that we get it all caught up and so that FCC, when they start, we can make it the smoothest transition possible. So also, I saw today that we released the map for the bulk waste. And that one is going out, if it hasn't already, in a press release and on all of our platforms that we share information on. So people will be able to see what their bulk pickup day is going to be for the month. And also, it'll be on our city website as well, if it's not already. So the maps are out for your regular garbage, your recycling, and your yard waste all on the same day. And then also the map is out for your bulk waste pickup collection. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you can call the 1PSL number at 871-1775, and there'll be call takers there ready to help and answer any questions, or our city council office as well at 871-5159. Council, any questions or comments? Yes.
You actually answered one of my questions because I had that question asked again today to me was when is our bulk pickup day? So appreciate that information. I'm just wondering, Mr. Blackburn, we do have a couple of variable message boards throughout the city. I know we have one on Crosstown and then we have the ability to mobilize. Could we maybe for the last week just remind people that their date is changing to go to the city website to see their new date? I don't want to take for granted. I know I got postcard. The postcard was awesome, said Monday's coming. I think the only thing that would hurt the transition to even be smoother is someone not being aware their date is changing. They didn't look at their mail. They're not on Facebook. They're not paying attention. So I didn't know if we could maybe put something out there that would signal people to make sure to look it up.
I will investigate whether we can use our mobile variable message boards. However, we're maybe going one better. We're going to do 2 phone calls to every house.
Awesome.
Every house. So you're going to get one a week before the service starts. So you'll get one, late August. And then you'll get one the night before. The mayor has recorded messages for both of those calls. And so she'll be reminding you to put your garbage out. And sounds a little like my house sometimes.
We have a lot of communications going out over the next 2 weeks. You're going to be flooded with communication from the city with regard to everything solid waste. So we're going to keep putting all the messages out. And also want to remind everyone, yes, recycling starts the week of September 5th. I know we've been saying it a lot, but we're still getting repeated questions about whether recycling is starting up again. And so, yes, you go back to using your green can, as Mr. Blackburn said, clean it out if you need to, but recycling is coming back. So, but there's going to be a lot of communications going out. And again, any questions at all, please call us, and we'll make sure that we give you the right answer. Thanks. All right, we're going to move on to public to be heard.